Good afternoon to one and all present. On the behalf of Chandigarh Group of Colleges, Janjeri Campus, I, Jasween Kaur, would like to extend my warm welcome to Dr. Amit Phillora, Honorable President Sir, Directors, HOD, faculty members, and my dear students. Today, we have gathered for a webinar on neuromarketing. Dr. Amit Phillora will be addressing the webinar for today. Dr. Amit Phillora has completed his PhD from APS University, Reva. Currently, he is associated with Amazon as Senior Business Operations Specialist. Dr. Amit Phillora had been awarded with Global Education Award 2020 by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Along with this, he is an author and has published his poems and books. He has his own YouTube channel by the name Dr. Amit Phillora. Sir, we are delighted to have you here with us today and we welcome you with our open hearts. Now, I would request Dr. Amit to kindly enlighten the students about neuromarketing. Sir, you may please unmute your mic and switch on the camera.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a wonderful, introduction. And I feel the same day I started my career from CGC. You skipped that. I feel like day one coming back and addressing student. Long back, I was a employee over there where I used to interact students, and we have switched our roles. I was your place before, and now this is a wonderful journey. Thank you so much, and good
You're
afternoon
most
one and
welcome.
all. And thank you for giving that honor. I'll quickly start my presentation. Just give me a minute. I'll share my screen with you. uh, is my screen visible?
Sir, yes, sir, it's visible, sir.
Just give me a minute. Yeah. Well, let's start with the topic called neuromarketing intuitive consumer model. So, neuromarketing, as the term states, mind brain. There are two important things which we are going to discuss in neuromarketing is mind and brain. And so there will be a lot of scientific terms I will be using. Neuromarketing, basically, if I talk in a brief, it is a study of brain sciences. So imagine the state, when you observe a person and you're able to measure his, expectation, and you're able to understand what exactly you need. For any marketing strategy or any strategies we work on, data plays a very important role. So earlier, traditional methods when we used to use, we never had a measuring process of marketing. So here, direct, you'll be able to measure the expectation of a consumer. So for example, you observe a particular product, you gave an expression, you gave a reaction towards it, and the moment the marketer will be able to measure it, how wonderful it is. So suppose you gave a very frowny look to a particular product, your facial expression, your eye movement, the temperature, the heart rate will tell the marketer what went wrong with the product, why it was not able to gain attention, why did it fail. When you have that kind of thing in front of you, just imagine how can you how well you can improvise. So there is a very known myth stating that marketing is dangerous because it plays with your mind. How? Because you're able to understand the consumer's mind. You can get inside the person's mind and read what is going on, what he wants, what he needs, and accordingly you can play. So is it true? So for that, we have to understand difference between marketing and neuromarketing. Marketing is the field which tends to gain customers towards you. It's process of acquiring a customer by influencing and converting into loyal customer by retaining them. How do you do that? You will be able to only do that when you're able to quantify the reactions. This is done by neuromarketing. Your expressions, your feelings, everything's get quantified in a statistical, measured, well equipped, reliable testing K through. And when you get that, you make wonders, you change things, you turn tables around. So this things goes in everywhere. Your neuromarketing basically, it measures, helps you in measure implicit associations. It helps in priming, gaining attention, and emotional arousals and memory activation. And most likely it hits your attitude. Most of us thinks that attitude means showing an ego. It's not. In psychology, attitude means belief and value system. So when you club both of them together, then you are able to understand what is the attitude of a person. When you're able to understand his values, when you're able to understand his beliefs, then you're able to understand what the customer needs. And when you are able to understand what the customer needs, you are able to provide him in an improvised manner. So that is what marketing and neuromarketing general concept is. Now, neuromarketing is good for what? There are three important things we look into. One is your marketing stimulus. Second is the situation and your decision. What makes you buy? Now, let me, take a quick example to make you understand that. You are coming home from office. You promised your child to reach by 5 o'clock. Due to office or some other work, you failed to come by 5 o'clock, and the child missed his activity. What will you do to come up? You will go to a store while coming home, buy the favorite thing which the child loves. Say for example, he loves crackles. You buy crackles for him, and you go back home and give it and try to make over it. Over here, what was the stimuli? Chocolate, crackle. What was the situation? You missed coming on home on time for your child to complete the brain activity. These two things made you to buy that crackle. So basically, whatever your brain experiences is what is called as stimuli. You had a situation that you have to reach a home early on point, but you failed. So a stimuli triggered in your brain stating that what can be done to make cover it up. You came up with an idea to buy something what your child loves most. That is the situation context. Based on one and two, you made a purchasal decision. So that is how your uh, consumer mind sometimes work. Most of the time it is a situation based. Why do you buy product? This is festival period. Why there will be shops will be flourished with crackle shops, chocolate shops, sweet shops. Why? Because when you greet someone, kuch meetha ho jaye, right? So you have to offer people who are coming at your home, you need to give sweets, you need get to need to greet people, you need to have a lot of things in your home in exchange. That's the festive mode. So that is a situation context, and it is triggered by what stimuli? Festival stimuli. Diwali is there. Diwali is the reason for buying all the goods, sweets, and cracks, crackles, and other things in your firearms in your home. So this is how a particular human mind works. So now when we talk about neuromarketing, it's a sub part of a brain science. Brain science basically is divided into two things. One is your mind, second is your brain. Mind deals with your conscious subconscious mind, where when certain activities are known, certain activities are not known, you do automatically. Whereas your brain is analogical structure. It works, and it has its own function. It reacts on the basis of responses. So both are different things. Over here, neuromarketing is part of mind science, where you try to understand the conscious subconscious mind of a person. Based on that, you can convert it towards yourself. Now when we talk about neuroscience, neuroscience is branch where you basically study the human behavior of the person and what is required to buy based on his experience. That is what the neuroscience is about, and neuroscience is directly linked with neuromarketing. Neuromarketing comes under neurosciences. So that compels you to buy. Now, what makes you buy? That is your behavior. That is derived through behavior economics. Everything is related with money. Until unless you have money, you will not be able to buy anything. So it is behavior economics is a study where you try to understand the buying behavior of a person. There are few people who are shopaholic. They buy a lot continuously. They keep on buying. They are called as zombie buyers. So when you're able to understand how a person is, spending his money, what needs to be bought, make to compel him to buy the product, you will be able to, present your product in a manner that the sale will definitely happen. No, but no, nothing can be stopped. So for that, you need to study the buying behavior of the person. So we here the people, neuromarketers will study a set of people to understand why people buy, for what reason they buy, and what is the requirement. So based on that, they will design their product and innovate and improve their product so that the product life cycle does not decline. It keeps on growing in the straight line. Okay, so that is about behavior economics. Just give me a minute. Now, another important thing is social psychology. We all know that humans are social animals, and to interact and to talk based on that communication level, only things happen. Now, social behavior is something when one person behaves in a manner, in a typical manner in presence of another person. It can be consciously, it can be unconsciously. Like for example, the moment you see your senior in your office, you'll greet him based on time. If it is morning, you'll say good morning sir, hello ma'am. Like that you will greet. That is a your subconscious brain is telling automatically that you have to greet person, you have to give a respect to that particular person. So that is how your brain works, because your unconscious brain works. Whereas when you talk about conscious side, you're well aware how to react, when to react, and where to react. So for example, you are in a meeting and you have to talk to a person. So you have your entire list, to do list, everything is done, prepared, well prepared, and you try to present in front of the people who are attending your meeting, like this kind of presentation we are doing. So I have everything ready. It's my conscious brain, and I am aware that I'm in front of people and I have to present a topic called neuromarketing. So I'm well aware, I'm well equipped, I'm well prepared for that. And that is how my conscious brain has prepared me to present myself in front of you. So that is how the social psychology works, where your conscious and non-conscious brain allows you to present yourself in front of different people, large set of people, and how you react, how you behave, and how you study. That relation is studied over here, and that things helps a neuromarketer in pitching his or her product in front of this. For example, let's say there is a conference going on, very big conference going on, and on this conference you club it with the very big placement agency. So people who are coming for attending conference mostly will be, so say for example, unemployed people or students or different people. And on the second side, there is a big placement going on with different companies. So what will happen? The people have common grounds. They will be able to attend the conference. At the same time, the people who are in need of job, they will be able to attend the job interviews. So it's beneficial for both the organizations are getting the best people easily, and at the same time, the people who are coming for attending interviews, they're gaining knowledge also. So that is something, how that's one particular example I took for the social psychology. How can conscious and non-conscious brain can be used for marketing purpose. So now when we talk about buying a product, how do you buy a product? Whenever you go, like we say, first impression is the last impression. Whenever you see a particular product, you make an impression to it. That impression is your subconscious mind, which it's not a planned thing. You're going somewhere and you immediately saw a beautiful dress, and you made the dress was so impressive that you entered inside the shop and saw the prices and made almost made your mind to buy it. So that was the first look. You just have a glance. You were not prepared that you're going to that particular shop and you will be buying a product. So that is the first stage. The moment you see something, you get an impression of it, and based on that, what will you do? What did you do? You entered in the shop, you saw the price, you tried on yourself, and based on that, you determined that it's worth buying or not. When you find it's worth buying, and then you'll go and you'll buy the product if it fits in your budget. So what did you do? First thing, impression happened. Second thing, you calculated the value. Third thing, you analyzed the product, whether it will suit you or not, whether it will come in your budget or not. Is it just your liking or other people? You'll click selfies, you ask suggestion from the store people. Is it looking good on me or not? Based on all this analytical study, what did you do? You purchased a product, or didn't purchase the product. So the first two part, where the formation of impression and determining of value happened, was made by your subconscious mind. You're not aware of the situation. You just randomly went and did this thing. So this input, and this is called as input and internal process. The first two stages that will be made by your non-conscious or subconscious mind. Whereas when you do analysis, practical ability, and you, based on your analysis, you make a decision to buy or not, is made by your conscious mind. Remember, we talked about behavior economics before. Here the behavior economics will take an important part. Based on that, you will make a judgment whether this particular product is suitable for you, dress is suitable for you or not. If it is suitable, then you should buy it. If it is not suitable, then you should not buy it. That is your conscious choice. You're not biased, you're not influenced. It's purely your decision based on your analysis which you did for that particular dress. So that is how your brain functions. First you get an input and you process it, and then you produce an output. So that is how the functionality of the brain or mind works. So here you can see that both brain and mind terms have been used, because both the activities are involved in that. Now, when we talk about one of the very important thing in neuromarketing is sensory marketing. Now you will ask, why sensory marketing? What senses has to do in that? No, it is very important. Your senses, your eyes, your nose, even the taste and the look is very important. Your ear, even the sound which you hear is very important for buying a product. Like for example, there's a very famous ad of women Irani for Ambipure, where he comes in a room, all kind of garbages were kept in the room. The people were called from outside with blank of in their eyes. They were not able to see what the product what is kept in the room, and they spray the Ambipure product over there. None of the garbage smell was smelled by the people. Nobody was able to identify that in the room garbage is kept, not the floral or fluorescent or very good things are kept. Even it was shown that people's shoes were made smelled, and people found it very good in smell. I mean, imagine if you're smelling a shoe and you feel good about it. So the idea of that product was that to make your surrounding with good smell. That was the idea behind it. Where what sensory organ of your body played an important role? Your nose. Because you were not able to smell anything bad in your house, everything was good. Now the second thing comes, second another example I would like to take is about Alexa. For example, Alexa works on sound and internet. You give a command, it will react. If you give a very you will talk to her in a very light or a very low voice, she may not be able to hear you properly. But when you raise your voice and give her command, she will act the way you want, because it's her sensors are designed as that, on the particular audacity or the pitch of your voice. When you hit that pitch, then only it will react. So sounds are very very useful resources. For example, you or I or any consumer in the world will pay more attention to a light color object when they hear a high pitch voice. Remember, opposite things. When there is a light color, there should be high pitch voice. Then the attention of the customer will or consumer will go towards that product. When there is a darker object, the voice should be low pitched. So when the combination should be when that kind of combination will be there, the attention of the consumer will go towards that. One example I took was of Alexa. So that is how the sensory marketing plays a role. And your sensations plays a very very vital role in giving an input to a neuromarketer. Based on that, they can design the products and can pitch. It's completely scientific, and it can be quantified as well. Now, what are the major fields where market neuromarketing can be used? Mostly the same which we where marketings are used. One is your branding. Second, when it comes to entertainment industry. Third, when it comes to your online. Now when we talk about how to measure it, there are only two ways to measure it. One is psychological and second is neurological. So when we talk about psychological measures, there are five aspects. Obviously, your face, that is facial expression, your eyes, that is your through eye tracking. Third is your body temperature, that is electrodermal. Fourth is your respiration and heartbeats. And fifth, how much time you will take to respond to a particular product, that is response time. Now, when we talk about emotional variance, not variance, I'm talking about emotional variance. Is difference of one emotion going towards second emotion. And you will ask how? Whenever you change an expression of your face, there is a change or there is a working of your muscle. There will be sensor will be able to detect a minute change in your facial muscular change also. And based on that, a marketer will be able to understand whether you're liking a product or not. Like for there will be micro muscle change. For example, when you smile, very big smile when you give, it will give an indication that a person is showing a positive emotional reaction towards a product. It makes you happy. For example, a very small baby sees milk, or when a small baby sees toys, or whatever the toys which we use for his playing, he'll always give a very big smile. That means he is positively emotional towards that product. It's giving him happiness about that. At the same time, when you see a particular product and you're not happy about it, for example, you're passing through a road and you see a lot of garbage around, not MB Pure Wala scenario, it's a different scenario. You're passing, you're going in a road and you see a lot of garbage and all, and and you feel disgusted, you feel bad, you give a very frowny look. Based on that look, the person will be able to understand that you're throwing a negative emotional reaction. You're not happy about the situation. So when you see a product, for example, you like a lot of you like chocolates, you don't like a salty thing, but somebody forces you to eat a salty thing and is not offering you chocolate, though there is a presence of chocolate in that area. Will you like it? No. Your interest will again and again will go towards the chocolate part, not in the towards the salty part. And you will give a very unsatisfied look. So that when that shift is seen in the muscle by the sensor, they will be able to understand that you're not happy about that, and then they try to research what went wrong. Then they'll understand, they'll study, and they'll interview probably, and they got to know that this is what went wrong. You didn't don't like salts, you like sweet things. Now coming about eye tracking. So that's another very wonderful thing. Your eyes have pupils, and your pupils move inside. आपकी आंखों के नीचे जो पुतलियां अंदर पुतलियां होती हैं, they contract and relax based on seeing a particular product. So when you see a product which attracts you, it sparkles. It clearly sees your eyes that they are shiny, and you're attracted towards the product. When you see a product which you don't like, your eyes look will not be that impressive. So that displacement of your pupil is measured by eye scanning. So if it is a sparkling displacement, the sensor will dot a positive note stating that customer is attracted towards that particular product. If it is a negative response, it will dot stating that the customer is not attractive towards the particular product, and he's dissatisfied. So there are different things based on that your eye movements move, because the moment you get connected to an object or person, your eyes will react, your pupil will contract and relax. So the intensity of contraction and relaxation decides the interest of the persons towards that product or a person. For example, you like a lot of sweets, and the moment the favorite sweets come in front of you, your eye pupil will be very fast movement, the displacement, the contraction, the relaxation will be very very fast. Based on that, the scanner will pick up your interest. Whereas you don't like salts, you don't like different flavor thing, and when they are kept in front of you, their pace will be very very normal. So they'll be able to understand that you're not that much keen for the salty things. Now another important thing comes for you is EDA, that is electrothermal activity. Here यहाँ पे दो चीजें होंगी. One is your galvanic skill response or skin conductance response. अब इसमें क्या होता है कि whenever you touch a product, even touch a product, आपके स्वेट ग्लैंड्स जो रहते हैं वो इलेक्ट्रिक इम्पल्सेस या इलेक्ट्रिक कनेक्शंस बनाते हैं. अब अगर that particular product is of your interest, the electric impulse will be at a very fast and a very it will be that fast that it will rise a certain amount of temperature in your body, or that is called as GSR or SCR, that is galvanic skin response or skin conductance response. If the product is of not of your choice, the sweat glands of your body will not produce that much intensity of electricity. That means it will make a person understand that you're not that much that product is that much not gaining that much interest for you. So when we talk about this, it is very much important to understand what ignites you to buy that product. Now coming out to buying, another thing is your heart rate, respiration rate. Anything which excites you, anything which is of your choice, will increase your heart rate. For example, youngsters, whenever they see a sports bike, whenever they see a sports car, their heartbeat will increase. They will like, oh my god, uh, oh, I wish I would have that Mercedes car, I wish I would have that Ferrari car. Those kind of thoughts will come in their brain, and their pulse rate will be increased if it is measured at that time. At the same time, when a product which is of not of their interest comes in front of them, their heart will be very normal, stable. And the products which causes a situation which causes tensions in their life, or a panic in their life, or fear in their life, will raise will tends to make their heartbeat at a lower pace. Their heart will function at a shallow speed. So when there are sensors for measuring that pulse rates, by that people are neuro marketers are able to find that what ignites your heart rate and what can compel you to buy that product. Now when you talk about response time is how much time you take for responding a product. For example, a deodorant, for example, this deodorant comes in front of you. The moment you see and you get to know that it's fragrance, and you'll say that okay, fine, this is Axe deodorant. And that is not even microseconds. The moment the product comes and you say it about. So that is what the strategy of the neuro marketers is about. कि जैसे ही प्रोडक्ट सामने आए वैसे ही आप उसको आइडेंटिफाई करो और उसके सारे प्रोज एंड कॉज आपको पता हो, और इमीडिएटली आपका बाइंग रिस्पॉन्स हो उसमें, या फिर फीडबैक रिस्पॉन्स हो, सो दैट दे कैन improve it. Now when we talk about gamification, let's talk about youth. So whenever you play a game, whatever game, be online game, be offline game, you will have your emotional labels. So neuromarketers will study people while playing online game or offline game. Based on that, they will be able to understand what attracts a person towards a particular product. So basically, there are four things which attracts a person towards product: is stuff, power, access, and status. These all four comes under branding. If there is a very good branding, a person will be attracted towards that particular product. And that is all the concept of games. So whenever you go in a particular website, you will always find some or other kind of banner which will lead you towards games. By playing that small or big games like Candy Crush, Farm Villa, when it was very famous in Facebook, they were able to understand the mind status of user. Based on that, they came with different concept and pitched the product, and people actually bought it. So that is what about the gamification is. It's also one of the thing. Now comes about how will you measure your brain. Most of us heard of all these things, but where it will be fit into neuromarketing. First is your functional MRI. Most of us might have gone visited hospitals and got ourselves MRI, but that MRI is for the diseases. But here MRI is used for finding out what your brain wants to buy. Then comes about your EEG, electroencephalography, which helps also to understand what is your behavior, and comes about MEG. Now, when we first talk about fMRI, fMRI is the most available and easily accessed, machine. So whenever there is an activity in your brain, there will be a blood flow. You can see in the image, you can see the blood, rolling around, and there's at the background there's a fire going on. So that fire represents an activity, and the blood cells which is rolling around is rushing towards them. So whenever you put a person in MRI machine, all magnets will be there in his head, and you put a product in front of him which excites him. You will see the brain will have a response. That response will generate, the blood to come on those part of the sensory organs. Your blood contains iron, ferric and ferrous ions. FRMI, that is magnetic resonance, consists of magnets. The amount of blood present in those activities or utilized in these activities, you will be able to measure the strength of the iron, ions present in that particular activity. Based on that, you will be able to find whether the person got interested in that product or not. If the activity, if the blood flow is very high, that means the interest is very high. If the interest is very low, the blood flow will be very low in those sensory organs. So that's how the FRMI machine functions. It's very less costly in comparison to other technologies, and it is less complex and easily available in most of the places. Now, when we talk about second thing is your EEG. EEG, you'll be very surprised to know that your brain, have they have the ability to develop electricity circuits and, electrify it. So whenever, whenever there is, whenever you're attracted to a particular product, there is an electric impulse generated by your brain. That electric impulse, its ability, its strength is measured by the EEG. So your brain does have both things, magnetic as well as electric. So magnetic part, when the activity shows a magnetic activity, is measured by MEG. When it is electric, when your brain develops electric intensity or impulses, its strength is developed, it's measured by EEG. You can see in the image there's a person sitting and a lot of bulbs or equipments are in his head. So and he's seeing a particular product, he will get an electrogram. The marketer will get an electrogram in front of him. Based on the intensity of the electrogram, the person will be able to understand whether how the person is behaving, what is the electric impulse intensity in his brain. Based on that, they will be able to find that what he is thinking about the particular product. That helps. So now, when, like I said, your brain also develops magnetic field produced by brain. Instead of electricity, here magnetism plays a important role. And when you're able to measure the magnetic field, which is generated by your brain, you're able to understand what kind of reaction the person is able to give. So your reaction and his reaction will come at the same time, and it will be very same, because you will be able to you will have the magnetic, you will have the electric, and you will have the activity data in front of you. When you have that in front of you, your response rate and your response will be exactly same as the person you experimented on. Now comes about branding. So we always say that don't just market, neuro market it. Use your brain while marketing, and that is very important. What do you do in that? You generate memories. Brand generates memory. How can they be shaped? What can impact them? Only three things, they are very important things which can impact a consumer is emotions, attitude, and purchaser decision. These three things will always make a consumer to buy or leave a product. Now when we talk about connections, there are three things important in consumers mind. One is your brand memory, and second is your connection memory, and third is your implicit memory. What is implicit memory? So in some part of your life you had an experience, and that experience get clubbed with a particular product, and it enters in your subconscious mind or unconscious mind. It will always make you take decision automatically, because it's there in your head automatically. For example, you have a dog in your house, you love that dog a lot. The moment you go in a market, in a shopping mall, and you see a pedigree product, within fraction of seconds you'll get a reminder call in your brain, you have a dog in home. Will this flavor pedigree food will be good for him, or this flavor will be good for him, which is nutritious, which is not nutritious. So your implicit memory is connected with the dog, you love the pet, and when they both come together, the decision comes, the purchaser. You will buy only a product when you're connected to it. That connection is needed to be established. So the product should be in front of you in such a manner that it triggers your automatic memory, that is your implicit memory, and it pushes you to buy the product. Here, the caption, whenever you go for a pedigree product, you will always find a caption called as "We are for dogs." The moment you see that, product, you will buy it because every dog owner needs to feed the dog, and the quality and quantity is very, very important for that person, and he will buy it. Another example I would like to take is toothbrush. You have different flavors in the market for the toothbrush. Colgate, Pepsodent, Fluorescent, and n number of market, Patanjali. Why you buy a particular, say, Colgate, or why you buy a Pepsodent, or why you buy a particular product? Some people have a huge star following. Colgate is associated with some star, Pepsodent is associated with some star, or Patanjali is associated with some brand ambassador. So the moment you see that product, you will idolize that. Okay, if I use this, my teeth will be like that particular star. So it is automatic. The moment that products comes in front of you, the image and the story of that ad, circulates in your head, and to be like him or her, you go ahead and buy the product. Now, why it is very difficult to build a connection with brand? How many of us like to read messages related to marketing messages? We don't like it. The moment you get a call related to cards, credit cards, loans, what do? You turn out the message. You disconnect the call. You don't even listen to the call. So it becomes very, very difficult for a person to reach to you. So you will not, because he or she will not be able to get your attention. So whenever such messages comes to you, if it is not in the favorable manner, with the way you want, you will it will not gain your attention, and that will fail. Now the second thing is that आजकल हर products के बहुत सारे types हैं, different brands हैं. लाइक मैंने कहा कोलगेट, पेप्सोडेंट, टूथब्रश में ही कम से कम 10 ब्रांड होंगे. कार्स में काफी सारे ब्रांड्स होंगे. ऑटोमोबाइल्स इंडस्ट्री में, टू व्हीलर, फोर व्हीलर में काफी सारे ब्रांड्स होंगे. सो और सबके आउटपुट सेम है. सारे ब्रश, टूथपेस्ट अगर आप लोगे तो देयर मेन सोल purpose is to clean your teeth only, not to make you like Amitabh Bachchan or Shah Rukh Khan or that kind of person, or not by riding Verna or Mercedes you will be like a big star, or you'll have a personality like that. But whenever you have a similarity of the products of a different markets in the market, you will always get confused. Which one is good? Which one to buy? So that will always confuse, and in confusion you may make a wrong decision. अब उस डर के वजह से कि that you will make a wrong decision, you will not make a decision. What if I made a wrong decision? I did so much studies. So too much of something is also bad. You have so much of branding of the same kind of product that leads confusion to decision making analysis. So you will not be, the conclusion will happen that you will study so much and you will buy nothing. So that is also a very difficult situation. What to do to get a loyal customer, or how to acquire a customer, and not only acquire a customer but to retain him or her. So marketing में दो ही चीज बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होती है. पहले तो एक्वायर करो, उसके बाद फिर रिटेन करो. सो इसलिए एक्वायरिंग एंड रिटेंशन बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है. नाउ अब यहाँ पे ये दिस इज अ वेरी वेरी वन ऑफ माय फेवरेट टॉपिक विच इज कॉल्ड एज प्लास्पो इफेक्ट ऑफ ब्रांडिंग. तो इसमें क्या है कि वी टुक अ सैंपल ऑफ पीपल, एंड इसमें हमने दोनों लोगों को एक को ब्रांडेड वाइन पिलाई, एक को लोकल ब्रांड वाइन पिलाई. दोनों ने वाइन पी, ब्रांडेड, सेम सेट ऑफ पीपल है. ब्रांडेड वाइन पीने के बाद पीपल वर वेरी हैप्पी, दे गिव अ वेरी गुड रिस्पॉन्स, एंड द एक्सपीरियंस वाज वेरी नाइस. एंड whereas when we talk about local brand, okay type, they were not happy. अब इस सिचुएशन में व्हाट वी यूज्ड, एफएमआरआई टेक्निक यूज की थी. जब उनके ब्रेन में बहुत ज्यादा एक्टिविटी थी, तब हमें पता चला कि देयर एक्सपीरियंस इज टू पॉजिटिव फॉर द हाई क्लास माइंड. उनके ब्रेन में जब लेस एक्टिविटी थी, तब हमें आइडेंटिफाई हुआ, लोकल ब्रांड पी के हुआ. अब मजे की बात यह है कि दोनों में सेम वाइन थी, अलग अलग नहीं थी, सेम क्वालिटी, सेम क्वांटिटी इज, बट द ओनली डिफरेंस इज दैट एक का लेबलिंग ब्रांडेड था, मतलब हाई क्लास ब्रांडेड था, बहुत स्टाइल से और बहुत अच्छे से प्रेजेंटेड था. एक का बहुत ही लोकल, एकदम ऑर्डिनरी था. सो व्हेन वी यूज दैट एंड वी वुड एबल टू फाइंड दैट कि एक पर्टिकुलर ब्रांड के तरफ लॉयल्टी या एक्वायरिंग के लिए एक कंज्यूमर का एक्सपीरियंस बहुत जरूरी होता है, भले ही प्रोडक्ट उसके अंदर सेम हो. अब आप एक फॉर एग्जांपल एक टॉफी लेते हो, 5% की टॉफी है, और एक आप चॉकलेट लेते हो, एक्लेयर्स की चॉकलेट लेते हो. दोनों की पैकिंग के बीच में डिफरेंस देखिए. 5% इज a very red and green combination thing, whereas when you talk about Cadbury shots, अच्छे से wrapped है, clean branding है उसकी, अच्छे से decorated form में लिखा है. So you will be more picky towards the Cadbury shots in comparison to the 5%. उसके भी अपने लॉयल बायर्स होंगे, बट अगर आप प्रेजेंटेशन की बात करोगे तो जो जितना अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस देता है उसकी तरफ कंज्यूमर हमेशा जाता है, उसके अंदर के प्रोडक्ट के बाद में उसको पता चलती है. सो वी ऑलवेज से दैट फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन इज द लास्ट इंप्रेशन. That is how here we used FMI technique to understand the brain activity. Based on that, we can improve the experience of the person and can acquire that customer and can retain him also. That's how the loyalty works. Now, why it is very hard to replace an existing brand? इतना मुश्किल क्यों है ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टिंग ब्रांड को रिप्लेस करके न्यू ब्रांड को लेके आना फॉर सेम प्रोडक्ट? सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज इसमें होती है कि बिकॉज if a product is familiar to you, it is assumed that you like that product and you trust it. And if you like a product and you trust it, उस पे रिसर्च टाइम कम होगा, टाइम स्पेंडिंग कम होगा. इमीडिएटली आप जाओगे, आपको उसको प्रोडक्ट के बारे में पता है, उसको बाय कर लोगे. उसके रिस्क, उसके प्रोस कॉस्ट आपको सब पता होगा. वेयर एज जो नए प्रोडक्ट्स हैं उसके बारे में आपको ज्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं. यू विल बी रिलाइड ऑन एडवर्टाइजमेंट. So you have to take a huge risk for investing your time, money, and for the new brands. That is why it is very difficult for replace an existing product in comparison to a new one. Now, how do you test brands? So तीन चीजें होती हैं जिसको हम AEM बोलते हैं. A.E.M. A is association, how you get associated with the product. E is emotion, what drives you towards the product. Third, motivation, what motivates you to buy a product. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन के लिए स्पोर्ट्स प्रोडक्ट्स, स्पोर्ट्स ड्रिंक हमेशा मोटिवेट करेंगे उसको उस टाइप के प्रोडक्ट को बाय करने के लिए. एक इमोशनल पर्सन के लिए हर चीज जो उसको उसकी सेंसिटिविटी को टच करेगी will drive him to buy or reject a particular product. एसोसिएशन, क्या चीज उसके साथ, इस पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट के साथ आपका ब्रेन कनेक्ट करेगा, किस तरीके से आप उसके साथ कनेक्ट होगे, दैट थिंग विल अलाउ यू टू बाय दैट प्रोडक्ट. इनको मेजर करने के लिए, एसोसिएशन के लिए वी यूज FMRI टेक्निक एंड EEG, इलेक्ट्रिक इम्पल्स एंड मैग्नेटिक स्टडी होती है ब्रेन एक्टिविटी की. Whereas इमोशंस को स्टडी करने के लिए वी यूज फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन, बिकॉज फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन से अच्छा स्टडी इमोशंस का कुछ नहीं हो सकता, बिकॉज वो माइन्यूट मसल्स आपके चेंज देखेगा एंड वो स्कैनर्स आपको एग्जैक्टली डेटा देगा कि क्या चीज आपको इमोशनली अराउज करेगी एंड क्या चीज आपको पॉजिटिव रिस्पॉन्स देगी एंड क्या चीज आपको वो चीज बाय करने के लिए कंपेल करेगी और क्या चीज आपको मोटिवेट करेगी बाय करने के लिए. So these things helps in testing the stuff. Now when we talk about how do we get our products noticed, हर जगह का एक स्वीट स्पॉट होता है, फेवरेट प्लेस होता है. सो आप अगर एक रेगुलर कस्टमर हो एक पर्टिकुलर शॉप के, आप रोज एक मॉल में जाते हो, तो उसका जो ओनर है, उसको पता होगा कि कौन से स्पॉट में सबसे ज्यादा कस्टमर्स जाते हैं. तो जो भी चीज नहीं आएगी मार्केट में या कोई भी इम्प्रोवाइज प्रोडक्ट आएगा, वो सबसे पहले वो सारी चीजें वहां पे लगेगा, सो दैट अटेंशन शुड बी गिवन टू दोज प्रोडक्ट्स फर्स्ट. बिकॉज ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टिंग प्रोडक्ट्स का तो सबको पता है, नए प्रोडक्ट्स के बारे में नहीं पता. सो ही विल फाइंड दैट स्वीट स्पॉट एंड ही विल कीप दैट प्रोडक्ट. सो इसमें दो चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट रहती हैं. एक तो आपका बॉटम अप अटेंशन, जिसमें आप मतलब क्या होगा कि द मोमेंट यू विल एंटर इन योर इन एनी शॉप, अपने आप उस स्वीट स्पॉट में पहुंच जाओगे एंड वो प्रोडक्ट आपको आइडेंटिफाई हो जाएगा एंड यू विल बाय इट. As this those place has a positive response, you will give a positive attention to that product. अब ये कहाँ इंपॉर्टेंट चीज होती है, कैसे पता चलेगा? न्यूरो डिजाइन्स. People will study the brain and based on that एक डिजाइन बनता है and उस डिजाइन के बेसिस पे प्रोडक्ट्स पिच किए जाते हैं. इसको मेजर करने के लिए टेक्नोलॉजी होती है जिसको हम बोलते हैं प्रोसेसिंग फ्लुएंसी. That always help in buying a product for consumer. अब न्यूरो डिजाइन्स क्या होते हैं? न्यूरो डिजाइन्स जो होते हैं वो बताते हैं कि किस तरीके से एक ह्यूमन माइंड एक पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट की तरफ अट्रैक्ट होता है, क्या क्या चीजें देख के वो खुश होता है, क्या चीजें वो देख के डिसअपॉइंट होता है. एक ह्यूमन ब्रेन जो होता है वो हार्ड वायर्ड यूनिवर्सल टाइप कॉन्सेप्ट होता है एंड उसको बाइंग डिसीजंस बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड डिसीजंस होते हैं. सो अगर आप एक पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट एक सही तरीके के न्यूरो डिजाइन के साथ प्रेजेंट करें तो हैव 100% चांस ऑफ गेटिंग दैट प्रोडक्ट कन्वर्टेड इनटू अ सक्सेसफुल सेल. अब जैसे मैं एक एग्जांपल लेता हूं, कई लोगों को कर्व्स लाइंस पसंद है, कई लोगों को स्ट्रेट लाइंस पसंद होती है, वो उनकी चॉइसेस है, उनका उनका दिमाग वैसा है. अगर आप स्ट्रेट लाइन प्रोडक्ट्स कर्व लाइन वालों के सामने रखोगे तो क्या वो खरीदेंगे? नहीं. सो आइडेंटिफाई योर कस्टमर फर्स्ट. हियर न्यूरो डिजाइन्स प्लेज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. कर्व डिजाइन वालों के सामने अगर कर्व डिजाइन एंड स्मूथ एजिंग वाले लोग प्रोडक्ट्स रखे जाएं, people will buy them. Those type of people will buy that product. Straight line वालों के सामने अगर straight line products रखे जाएं तो people will buy that product easily. But अगर आप switch कर दोगे तो buying rate will not be the same. Mostly it will fail because उनकी liking, उसकी choice as per design नहीं है. So when we talk about processing frequency, it's about आपके brain की आइडेंटिफिकेशन एंड अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ प्रोडक्ट क्या है. अब फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं ये प्रोडक्ट आपके सामने रखता हूँ, इसको देखते साथ मेरे दिमाग में क्या है कि इट्स अ वायरलेस लॉजिटेक माउस. माय ब्रेन हैज प्रोसेस्ड कि ये एक वायरलेस डिवाइस है, मुझे इसकी जानकारी है, आई नो एवरीथिंग अबाउट इट एंड माय ब्रेन इज एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई, नॉट ओनली आइडेंटिफाई बट ऑल्सो एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड इट. अब मैं ये सामने लेके आता हूं which is a clip. Many of the children, many of the people may not understand कि ये clip है, क्या है, what is it. So there are chances they will not able to understand and they will not go for it, because when which you don't understand, why will you buy it until unless you read and have a complete information. So जो न्यूरो डिजाइन्स होते हैं वो ब्रेन के उस सिरे की स्टडी को हेल्प करते हैं करने में, जिससे कि ये पता चले कि कौन सा डिजाइन, विच काइंड ऑफ डिजाइन अट्रैक्ट्स पीपल टूवर्ड्स देम. जैसे मैंने आपको बोला है, कई लोगों की ब्रेन एक्टिविटी ऐसी होती है कि दे गेट अट्रैक्टेड टूवर्ड्स कर्वी लाइंस, दे विल नॉट गो टूवर्ड्स द स्ट्रेट लाइंस. तो यहाँ पे आपने आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया कि किस टाइप के प्रोडक्ट्स की तरफ पर्सन इज गेटिंग अट्रैक्टेड. अब जब ये आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया तो आपका पिचिंग ऑफ प्रोडक्ट बहुत ईजी हो जाएगा, एंड दैट इज हाउ न्यूरो डिजाइन हेल्प्स अ लॉट. नाउ कमिंग आउट, मेकिंग स्टोन्स ब्रेन फ्रेंडली, FCP. इसमें तीन चीजें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है. ब्रेन स्टोन, ब्रेन फ्रेंडली स्टोर से रिलेटेड या मार्केटिंग से रिलेटेड सब चीजों के लिए आजकल ये तीन चीजें आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एक, you should be able to find the store where it is, well located, well equipped, और सब नेविगेशन प्रोसेस सही होना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं कि मतलब ऐसी एरिया में हो जहाँ पे आपको पहुंचने में ही बहुत टाइम लग जाए. The place should be, the store should be at the heart of the city, easily accessible, less complicated. दूसरा, when you enter in the store, it should have multi variety. कि कोई लेविस का शौकीन है, कोई पेपे जीन्स का शौकीन है, कोई किसी और प्रोडक्ट का शौकीन है, कोई नाइकी पसंद करता है, कोई रिबॉक पसंद करता है. सो ही शुड हैव अ वैरायटी टू चूज. ऐसा ना हो कि इतनी दूर ही ट्रैवल करके आए और उस पता चले कि वो सिर्फ नाइकी का ही शोरूम है और उसको लेना था रिबॉक. सो इट विल बी वेस्ट ऑफ हिज टाइम एंड मनी, एंड बिकॉज दैट वाज नॉट वेल एडवर्टाइज्ड. थर्ड थिंग, सबसे important, after thanks to Modi ji, we are cashless, we use cards, we use internet wallets, Paytm हुआ या different products हुए. So paying के लिए ये चीजें कैश के अलावा होनी चाहिए, तभी आप that store will be effective. Now coming out online experience, I am sure आप सब में से सभी लोगों ने लेंस कार्ड साइट देखी होगी. सो लेंस कार्ड साइट में आप जैसे ही जाते हो तो यू विल सी दैट एक चश्मे का डिजाइन आ जाएगा, एंड आपके पूरा फेस को स्टडी करेगा और आपके फेस में बेस्ट डिजाइन कौन सा लगता है वो आपको सूट करके बताएगा विद प्राइस रेंज. एंड ये सारा कैलकुलेटिव है. कैसे? बिकॉज दैट साइट विल रीड योर फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन, that site will read your will do your eye scanning, and will you study the structure of your entire face. Based on that, immediately आपके सामने बेस्ट पॉसिबल प्राइस के साथ ग्लासेस सामने होंगे. अब ये कैसे होता है? बिकॉज दे हैव आई ट्रैकिंग सेंसर्स बिहाइंड विच इज एम्बेडेड इन द वेबसाइट, which will read your facial expression and will read the pupil movement of your eyes. कौन सा पसंद आ रहा, कौन सा नहीं पसंद आ रहा, उनको ये डेटा भी चला जाएगा. Now comes out, there is an option called as video recording. बहुत समय मतलब पहले तक हम लोग सिर्फ एक मैं आपको बेस्ट एग्जांपल दूंगा रिज्यूमे का. एक समय था सिर्फ हम पेपर का रिज्यूमे ही भेजते थे. we only had a paper resume. Now we have a video resume also. What is a video resume? Why do we need a video resume? पेपर देख के आप इंसान की फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन एंड एक्सपीरियंस तो नहीं पता कर सकते ना. बट अगर वही चीज वीडियो में अवेलेबल हो, the person who's a recruiter, who is recruiting, will be able to read the expressions. They have devices to read the changes of expressions which is coming in the face, and they will be able to recognize whether the person is telling truth or false. So, and whether it's matching with that or not, because video recording में आपके expressions record होंगे और आप किस तरीके से communicate कर रहे हो वो record होगा, सब चीजें होंगी. So that is what the current trend of it. Now when we talk about हम सबको कहानियां बहुत पसंद है, हम लोग कहानियां बहुत पढ़ते हैं, सुनते हैं, मूवीज देखते हैं. एंड क्यों देखते हैं? बिकॉज वी गेट कनेक्टेड टू दैट. हमारे ब्रेन में there are type of neurons which was called as mirror neurons. Now what is mirror neurons? आप जब एक मूवी देखते हो या एक एडवर्टाइजमेंट देखते हो, यू फील फॉर इट. जो भी उस एडवर्टाइजमेंट या मूवी में आ रहा होता है, you will feel that you're actually part of it. You're going through it. When the actor is crying, you feel sad. When the actor is happy, you feel happy. When there is a romance, you feel romantic mood aa jata hai gaane when songs are coming. When there is an action, you feel you goes in an action mood. So चाहे वो चीज आपको पता है वो चीज आपके लाइफ में रियलिस्टिक हो भी सकती है, नहीं भी हो सकती, but still you will get attracted to that, and you will go through the entire experience what the actor and actress are going through. You become a part of that family, you get connected to that family. If goods happen and you start, communicating ki this is what happening. So how this happens? This happens because of the micro mirror neurons. And this concept is embedded or imbibed in न्यूरोसिनेमैटिक्स. सो जो आपके सिनेमाटोग्राफर्स होते हैं या मूवी मेकर्स होते हैं, दे नो दैट कि व्हाट arouse what makes you emotionally active, and उसी तरीके से they will make a story and present it in front of you. We know all stories, सबका एक ही story होता है. There is a hero, there is a heroine, there is a villain, and there is an action. Almost every story has the same storyline, but still we spend 300-400 rupees and we go and buy tickets and watch movie over there. Why? Because of this. And it's a very smart technique, and it is a study which comes under neurosciences, and that's how it influences our brains to buy a product or to see a movie. So now when we talk about how do we test it in entertainment, there are only two ways. One is your entertainment test. Entertainment. आपका एक्सपीरियंस कैसा हुआ, आपकी मेमोरी के साथ कनेक्ट हुआ कि नहीं हुआ, ड्यूरेशन ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस अच्छा हुआ या बुरा हुआ. बेस्ड ऑन दैट ब्लॉकबस्टर रिजल्ट्स कम्स. Now the second is very important, which is related to neuromarketing, is intensity of the stimulation, that is emotional arousal. So EDA, आपको पीछे जाके अगर आप देखो तो मैंने इलेक्ट्रोथर्मल एक्टिविटी के बारे में बताया था, GSA टेक्निक के बारे में बताया था. तो जैसे ही आप के सामने वो चीजें आती हैं, आपके रोंगटे खड़े हो जाएंगे. when a scary scene or action scenes comes, आपके रोंगटे खड़े हो जाएंगे, and your body will react in that way. That is the thermal temperature. लाइक एंड डिसलाइक के बीच का डिफरेंस. हीरो अगर enemies को beat up करके goes up and he gets a success, you'll be happy. If the hero dies in the end, you will be unhappy. The difference between like and dislike, and like and dislike, and difference between like and dislike, उसकी स्टडी आपको पता चले कि दैट इज इमोशनल वेरिएंस. EMG जो आपको बताएगा कि मतलब आपको चीज पसंद आई या नहीं आई, और जब आप मूवी देख रहे हो तो आप किस किस इमोशंस, 7 मोड ऑफ इमोशंस के थ्रू गुजर रहे हो, टेंशन से, स्ट्रेस से लेकर, उसका मेजरमेंट, that will decide a success of that. So these things will be there. Now pushing our buy button, so often referred to as zombie consumer. So हमारा जो ब्रेन होता है बहुत कंट्रोल्ड एंड कॉम्प्लेक्स भी होता है, बट न्यूरो मार्केटर्स आर कमिंग अप विद अ कॉन्सेप्ट विद दैट विल मेक यू लाइक अ zombie machine. So आपका there will be a situation you will not be able to stop yourself from buying it, whether you have a money or don't have a money. अभी क्या situation रहती है कि like you like a Ferrari, every time you see a Ferrari you always wish to buy it. But until unless you have $250,000 in your bank account, you will not be able to buy it. It will stop you. That is a ground reality. But imagine if a concept comes which will make you to buy a particular product unstoppably, because they are able to find out the ways by which you can actually get it. How will be it? You're understanding the scenario, right? So there's no buy button in our brain, but it will compel you to buy it. It's by not by influencing, but by giving you so many alternatives that it will make you to purchase that particular product. So now when we talk about intuitive, there are only 3 or 4 things which a person looks. We are very miser kind of people. We always invest the money after doing a lot of research and all. The same way our brain is involved in that. First, it checks the efficiency of the product. After checking all things, then only it will give a nod for buying. That is why your brain is also called as lazy controller. Novelty. What attracts to buy a particular product? What interests to buy a particular product? Familiarity. What is liking and disliking towards a product? Based on that, you make a decision. Processing fluency, like I already said, that what makes an persuadable likeness of a particular product. Based on that, you will take a decision. There are three major important variables which you take for doing a neuromarketing research. AEM: attention, emotion, memory. If you have the product has proper attention, if it is related to your connective memory, and uh, if the output is positive, how to get that. So I did a small study, and I took about sample of around 100 people, different area ke, consumers, shoppers, stop, and different places, and tried to understand key matlab, how much they know about neuromarketing and what is the scope of it. So I found that about 58% of the people did knew what is neuromarketing. They are well aware the concept of neuromarketing. At least in the metro cities, they were aware. And about 91% of the people read psychology. They study neurosciences. Most of the company engineers knows about it, and about 92% of people are reading this topic, and it's the burning point, and they want to know more, because the more they know, the more they're able to convert their clients into loyal clients. Now about 71% of people believe that neurosciences will improve economy, because they will compel people to buy more products. Now 70%, 75% of the people believe that company will use neurosciences, and they will be using it for buying product. The companies, जो भी जब भी आप कोई भी एक प्रोडक्ट खरीदते हो, चाहे मिंत्रा से खरीदते हो, फ्लिपकार्ट से खरीदते हो, आपको एंड में एक फीडबैक फॉर्म मिलता है जो भरने के लिए आपको यूज करना होता है. उससे उनको पता चल जाता है कि लाइक व्हाट इज योर एक्सपीरियंस लाइक. दैट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ न्यूरो मार्केटिंग. सो अब ऐसे मैंने कुछ करीब 10-15 कंपनीज स्टडी की थी, फीडबैक फॉर्म्स उनके स्टडी किए थे, एंड आई कुड फाइंड दैट 75 ऑफ द पीपल वर यूजिंग दैट. So now many of the advertisers uses neuromarketing concept. आपका चाहे Google ads हो, चाहे Amazon ads हो, या AWS हो, cloud computing हो, everybody is using neurosciences for pitching their and advertisements. Now whereas 84% of the audience believe that neurosciences will help consumer to better their life as well, because they will have they will have a impression that marketers are able to understand their minds, and what they exactly want, precisely what they want will be presented in front of them. So there is a lot of time consumption will be saved. Now 76% people will believe that they will be able to control their consumers mind, and 48% believe that there were few negative people also, that marketing has no scope in India and it will not work. Whereas 88% people believe that neurosciences will do wonder and it's going to stay. Whereas 92% people do believe that it can be misused and it can be create problem in the lives also. Whereas 88% believed that it is there for positive development and to make better choices. So now when I studied this complete story, I mean research, I did that, I could find that there are 10 parts in neuromarketing which can influence buying behavior. One is priming, that is your association with the brain. Emotional, that is your somatic makers, how they can touch the emotional feelings. Misattribution, if you clear all the biases, if you clear all myths, you will be able to give a clear picture to the consumer, and that will improve his buying decision. Non-conscious global pursuit, low attention processing, when you will be able to precisely find that why for that particular product there is a low attention, and they can improve the attention process. implicit memory, like I said, it's get connected with thing, implicit decisions, and refuse influences. These 10 things makes neuromarketing very important. With this, I will end my session. I hope it was a knowledge gaining session from my side. Thank you. Hello.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you so much, sir, for an informative session. And I'm sure that the students have learned a lot from you and your knowledge. And during the session, also, a lot of students have sent a lot of questions. So I'm just going to
Okay.
ask some of it.
No problem. Yes, please.
All right. So Vasudha from MBA wants to know what are the most disturbing ethical aspects of neuromarketing?
Vasudha, there are two things. One is the push button concept, which I've explained. So, like for example, there is a disease called as shopaholism, where a person does not have a control on his buying behavior. So if some neuromarketing concept is introduced to a such kind of a person, so it will convert him into a zombie machine, like I said. Whether he or she has enough bank balance in in her or his bank, he or she will continuously go on buying and end up in debts or different kind of monetary situations, complications she can lead into. So it is very very important for a consumer to understand and control his brain activity. Like I said, the moment you see a Ferrari, you will always love to buy it. But until unless you have $250,000 in your bank account, you cannot buy it. But if you are going ahead taking so many loans and finding out alternative ways, and then you buy it, then you're in a big mess, because buying is not the only thing, it's maintenance also. So maintaining a Ferrari is not will not be an easier task, as at the same time completing his or her loan will be a difficult task. So it's very very important that this when the neuromarketers are pitching their product using neural sciences, consider this part. And in case if it is found that a person was influenced in such a manner that he went ahead and purchased that, for those also there are certain laws and regulations under which a consumer can file case that he or she was mis guided or influenced to buy a particular product which they never intend to. So उसके अलग proceedings रहते हैं, steps रहते हैं. Based on that, decisions are taken.
Done, sir. So the other question is what career titles work with neuromarketing strategies?
So basically neuromarketing जो होती है, it's collabed with psychology. आपका जो साइकोलॉजी के अंदर एक सब्जेक्ट रहता है जिसे आईपीपी बोलते हैं, दैट इज इंटरपर्सनल पर्सनालिटी ऑफ पीपल. एमबीए में भी पढ़ाया जाता होगा, जनरली थर्ड सेमेस्टर में रहता है. आई डोंट नो यहाँ का सिलेबस में है कि नहीं. इसमें यू विल बी स्टडिंग द डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ पर्सनालिटी ऑफ पीपल, and when you're able to understand the personality, based on that you will be able to pitch a product. So इसमें आपके दो मेन करियर्स रहेंगे. या तो आप एक रिसर्चर, एज अ मार्केटिंग रिसर्चर में जाओगे. मार्केटिंग रिसर्चर, माइंड यू, ये वो पोस्ट नहीं है जिसमें आप वेबसाइट पे जाके इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करके एनोवा एंड ये सब लगा के टेस्टिंग कर रहे हो. नहीं. रिसर्चिंग मीन्स यू विल एक्चुअली स्टडी द बिहेवियरल साइंसेस बेस्ड ऑन द डेटा इनपुट. जैसे आप लोग एफआरएमआई के ऊपर काम करोगे, ईईजी के ऊपर काम करोगे, मेडिकल प्रोफेशनल्स के साथ काम करोगे, एंड लॉट ऑफ इंटरव्यूइंग टेक्निक्स यूज करोगे. सो एक्चुअल जो रिसर्चर होता है, पर्सनालिटी रिसर्चर होता है, उसके करियर में काम करोगे. उसके लिए आपको बहुत ज़रूरी है कि आपके पास बिहेवियरल साइंसेस की डिग्री हो, कोई साइकोलॉजी से रिलेटेड काम किया हो कभी, या सफिशिएंट इंफॉर्मेशन हो. एक तो ये रहती है. दूसरा, न्यूरो मार्केटर्स जो रहते हैं बेसिकली इंडस्ट्री ओरिएंटेड जॉब रहते हैं. दे विल नेवर बी अ फ्रंट हेड जॉब. मतलब दे विल नॉट बी डूइंग डोर टू डोर सेलिंग. मोस्टली दीज पीपल विल बी डेटा इंटरप्रेटर्स. सो आपका डेटा साइंसेस बहुत फेमस सब्जेक्ट है, आप सबको पता होगा, जिसमें आप एक पर्टिकुलर डेटा के ऊपर काम करते हो. देयर इज अ सॉफ्टवेयर लैंग्वेज कॉल्ड एज पाइथन, एंड पाइथन एंड डेटा साइंसेस प्लेटफॉर्म के यूज करके वो एक डेटा का पूरा एक्यूमुलेशन करते हैं. तो आपके इसमें दो रोल्स होंगे. या तो आप डेटा एनालिस्ट बनोगे विद प्रोग्रामिंग बैकग्राउंड, या फिर आप एक रिसर्चर बनोगे. So these will be the two career aspects which company sees.
All right. So the other question is, for what kind of customers is neuro marketing effective?
All, ma'am, sub, even students are affected. So हर किस्म के कस्टमर्स, बिकॉज आजकल कंज्यूमर्स जो हैं बहुत इंटेलिजेंट हैं, बहुत पढ़े लिखे हैं, एंड मोस्टली यूथ है. सो मतलब आप किस तरीके का प्रोडक्ट आप पिच कर रहे, कपड़े से लेके, टूथब्रश से लेके, कार से लेके, नेल पेंट से लेके, इवन आपकी हेयर क्लिप से लेके, हर जगह पे न्यूरो साइंसेस यूज किए. बिकॉज जब तक आप इंसान की ब्रेन या थिंकिंग प्रोसेस नहीं समझ पाओगे, तब तक आप अपना प्रोडक्ट उनको नहीं बेच पाओगे. It's something, there's a very famous book called as Selling Ice to Eskimos. सो सेल्स की बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, बहुत फेमस बुक है, किस कभी मौका मिले तो जरूर पढ़िएगा, जिसमें कि व्हाट यू कैन डू टू सेल अ पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट विच इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड इन पर्सनस लाइफ. कहने का मतलब ये कह सकते हो गंजे को कंघी बेचना. सो आपका मतलब, बिकॉज मेन अल्टीमेटिव इज टू अर्न प्रॉफिट. सो आप किस तरीके से स्टडी करते हो कि उनकी थॉट प्रोसेस क्या है, व्हाट कैन कंपेल अस इनकमिंग सेल एंड कन्वर्ट इट इनटू अ परमानेंट सेल. तो सभी इन्वॉल्व हैं, आप, मैं, everyone is involved in neuroscience ke, as a consumer, because until and unless it hits our head, we don't buy it.
All right. So the last question is, how can a marketing school help you in this field?
Marketing school. So marketing is a ocean. बहुत बड़ी फील्ड है, और उसके अंदर सब कॉन्टिनेंट्स होते हैं, सब सब टॉपिक्स रहते हैं. चैनल मार्केटिंग, आपका डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर मार्केटिंग, स्ट्रैटेजिक मार्केटिंग, पोजीशनिंग मार्केटिंग, रीपोजिशनिंग मार्केटिंग, एडवर्टाइजिंग मिक्स मार्केटिंग, रिसर्च, बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती हैं इसमें. सो जब आप मार्केटिंग पढ़ते हो, मार्केटिंग एज अ सब्जेक्ट पढ़ते हो, तो इट गिव्स यू अ जनरल ओवरव्यू. सो व्हेन यू हैव योर बेसिक्स रूट्स वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग, तब आपका स्टेम जो रहेगा स्ट्रांग रहेगा. अगर आपकी रूट्स वीक रहेंगी तो वो पेड़ लटका फटका सा ढीला ढाला रहेगा. सो अगर इफ योर इंस्टीट्यूशन इज गिविंग यू द बेस्ट स्ट्रॉन्ग मार्केटिंग वैल्यूज एंड स्ट्रेटेजीज, उस रूट्स के ऊपर when you establish neuro marketing, it will be very strong, because you don't have the neuro marketers not have to study कि positional marketing क्या होती है, 4 P's क्या होते हैं, या फिर आपका कंज्यूमर बिहेवियर कैसे काम करता है, साइकोलॉजी के, ब्रेन साइंसेस क्या होती है, ये सब उनको स्टडी करने की नहीं जरूरत पड़ती. दे आर जस्ट वेरिएबल्स फॉर देम, एंड दे विल कैलकुलेट द वैल्यूज एज पर दैट. So until unless a marketing colleges teaches these things properly in an effective manner, the students will not be able to establish a proper role as a neuromarketer.
Students have understood the concept for neuromarketing.
So it's I used very many scientific terminologies. If anybody has had a trouble in understanding, please do let me know. I'll simplify and let a simpler words for them as well, known for them, because ये बहुत scientific topic था, and I couldn't. I tried my level best जितना मैं avoid कर सकूं, but still there were certain things which were a little bit complicated. In case किसी को problem आती है, they're not able to understand, do let me know. I'll simplify and send you the written notes as well.
Certainly, sir. I suppose the students will definitely contact you on your channel for the same.
Thank you.
So, on the behalf of our honorable president, sir, Sardar Ishpal Singh Ji Dhaliwal, Director Management, Dr. Jaskiran Kaur, HOD, faculty members, and students. I would like to thank you for an informative session. We really hope that the situation outside settles at the earliest so that we can have a face-to-face interaction with you. Thank you so much, sir, for your precious time.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a
Thank
wonderful
you,
day
sir.
ahead.
Have a nice day, sir. Please be safe during this pandemic.
Same to you, ma'am. God
All
bless.
right, sir.
Take care.
Thank you so much, sir.